What's up, everybody? This is Danny Mathematics here with another example to explore. And today, guys, we're going to explore example 6 and example 7 of how to simplify polynomials and expressions, okay? Whether we have to add them, subtract them, or distribute and factor, we need to simplify these particular expressions, okay? So I have this first expression, which is parentheses 6x minus 5, parentheses closed, times parentheses 5x squared plus 7x plus 6, parentheses closed, okay? Now, whenever you see both of the parentheses that are just actually sort of attached to one another to where there's no subtraction sign or no addition sign in between them, that means that they actually want us to multiply these particular expressions together, okay? So we're gonna actually do that. So first, guys, I'm gonna multiply this whole second parentheses, the whole expression that's within the parentheses, the second parentheses, by the first value of the first parentheses. And then once I do that, I'm going to multiply then by the second value that's within the first parentheses, okay? So first, guys, we're going to multiply everything within this parentheses by 6x, okay? So now I'm going to do 6x times 5x squared. Whenever we multiply values, right, that have exponents, we must multiply the coefficients of the value, which is 6 and 5. 6 times 5 is actually 30. 6 times 5 is actually 30, okay? So it's gonna be 30x, and I also wanna put this up here in red because I actually wanna show how to multiply values with exponents, okay? Now, guys, 6x, x is actually to the value of 1. Just like x right here is actually to the value of 1. So x to the value, to the power of 1. I'm sorry, guys. I said the value of 1. I meant the power of 1. X to the power of 1 times x to the power of 2 is x to the power of 1 plus 2. Because remember, guys, we must add those powers together. But I just want to write it like this so I can actually explain it, okay? So once again, x to the first power times x to the second power is actually x to the 1 plus 2 power, or first plus second power, all right? Meaning that we're gonna have to eventually add these two powers together to get the new power, all right? I will do that in the next step. Now we're gonna do 6x to the first power times 7x to the first power. Once again, we're gonna multiply the coefficients. 6 times 7 is actually 42. So it's going to be 42x, and both of these particular values are x to the first power. So it's going to be 42x to the 1 plus 1 power, because I have to add those powers together, okay? And then the last but not least, guys, we're going to have 6x to the first power times 6. 6 times 6 is this 36. And then there was no x that I was multiplying with x, right? So it's gonna be 36x. 36x, okay? All right? And then, guys, it will literally be the same thing for the next value, which I'm gonna multiply everything over here by this -5, okay? -5 times 5x squared is gonna be -25x squared. So I'm gonna put minus 25 x squared. Okay, same thing right here. -5 times 7x is going to be -35x. -35x, -35x. And then last but not least, guys, we want to have -5 times a positive 6, which is a -30, which is a -30. So it's going to be minus -30. Okay? Now, remember, guys, these particular powers, guys, I want to actually rewrite this whole thing and actually fix these particular powers, right? So 1 plus 2, is actually, 1 plus 2 is actually 3, so that's actually going to be to the power of 3. 1 plus 1 is 2, so that's actually going to be to the power of 2. So now I'm going to rewrite everything. All right? So it's going to be 30x to the third power plus 42x to the second power, all right, plus 36x minus 25x squared minus 35x minus 30, okay? So I'm gonna put that, excuse me, minus 35x minus 30. All right, now, guys, what we need to do is combine like terms, okay? Now we need to combine all of the groups together, all of the groups. There are four different groups that I see, all right? I see one group where it's actually going to be x to the third power. That's one group that we're going to combine. The next group is going to be x to the second power. The next one is going to be x to the first power, just x. And then the last group is going to be the group where all the constants or all the numbers will be combined together, okay? So now we're going to combine like terms. Let's actually do that, guys. All right, so now I'm going to start off with x to the third power. All right, I see one value, that's 30x to the third power, and I don't see any other values where x is to the third power, so that one is going to come down as itself, okay? So I'm done with this group, and I'm just going to rewrite it as 30x to the third power. Okay? Now I'm going to the next group, which is going to be x to the second power. Let's see what values that we have. I have a positive 42x to the second power, and I have a negative 25x to the second power, right? 42 minus 25 is 17. So that's going to equate to 17x to the second power. 17x to the second power, okay? I'm going to cross this out, cross that out, and we're done with that. Now it's just going to be the group where it's just x to the first power, okay? Now in the remaining values that we have, I see, I'm going to put a star on top, I see 36x, and I see a negative 35x. 36 minus 35 is 1, so that's going to be 1x, right? So plus x, which is 1x. And then the last one, guys, as you see, we only have just the numbers, which the only number that we have, the only constant we have is just this negative 30. So at the end, it's going to be minus 30. And once again, guys, we can't combine any of these values together. So this is the simplified version of our expression. Okay? That's the simplified version of our expression, which is 30x to the third power plus 17x to the second power plus x minus 30. Okay? Same thing over here, guys. Let's do example 7. I have a negative 2x squared times parentheses x squared plus 3x minus 1. Parentheses close. Now, if you notice, guys, this particular value, which is negative 2x squared, is attached to this parentheses, right? Meaning that everything inside, we're going to multiply each value inside by this particular value, okay? So, negative 2x squared times x squared is actually negative 2, right? X to the 2 plus 2 power. I just want to write it like that, guys, so we can see, right? Because it's to the power of 2 times the power of 2, so I would have to add these two powers together. So I just want to just write it like that so you can see. All right, next I'm going to have negative 2x squared times 3x. Negative 2 times 3 is a negative 6. So that's going to be a minus 6x to the, this is to the first power, I mean this is to the second power, my bad, this is to the second power, this is actually to the first power, so it's going to be to the 2 plus 1 power, okay? And then the last value that I need to multiply with negative 2x squared is a negative 1. Negative 2 times negative 1 is actually a positive 2. So that's going to equate to a positive 2x squared. A positive 2x squared, okay? Positive 2x squared. So what we need to do, guys, is we need to actually simplify the expressions that represent the exponents, which is the 2 plus 2, which is 4. So that's going to actually be to the power of 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's actually going to be to the power of 3. So now if I rewrite this, guys, it's going to look like this. Negative 2x to the 4th power minus 6x to the 3rd power plus 2x to the 2nd power, okay? Once again, guys, I cannot combine these values together because x is to different powers, right? So this is the most simplified version of our expression, okay? Which is negative 2x to the 4th power minus 6x to the 3rd power plus 2x to the 2nd power. This is us right here, guys. This is all us. All right. So thank y'all so much, guys, for tuning in. I will come out with more examples very soon. Thank you.